All right, everybody, what's up? My name's Jason. You're watching Stacks Farmstead on the live stream. If you don't know where that's from, you won't get it. Um, I have to continually keep testing this because I have no idea if it's working properly. Uh, the whole idea of doing this was to put it, uh, set up an office and do like some live streaming. And on Friday, I have to go on a show with a friend of mine. Horseshoes and hand grenades. I'll put a link places so if you guys want to watch it. But I have to keep doing this just to find out if it's actually going to work. The uploads for the Starlink Mini seems to be pretty good. We can watch TV and you know Wi-Fi with the phones and everything seems to work. Uh, the I'm sorry, the downloads work, but the uploads seem to be problematic, and I don't really know why yet. I cut down the tree that was outside, and it still seems to be funky. So I don't have anything special to say or do with this one. It's just a test run to see what's going on here. I did a short one, accidentally went live instead of public, and for about 2 minutes, it seemed fine. The only other problem with this is that I need to get a subscription service to be able to do this anywhere but YouTube. Um, there's different ways to do it with OBS. I'm not tech savvy, so I don't know any of that stuff. I have to figure it out. But there's an app called EveMux, and that I think that's even how you say it. I don't even know. EMVUX. It seems to be pretty good, but in order to stream it anywhere besides like YouTube and Facebook, I think maybe. Uh, and you can do it on X for free, but anywhere else, like if I try to go on the Rumble, as time goes on, the majority of these live streams will probably go to Rumble instead. They'll probably get a little bit spicy. They'll probably get a little bit, you know, out there at times. So I am going to probably figure out a way to maybe I'll do half and half. Maybe I'll put some time in on YouTube, shut down that stream, and go over to Rumble. But time will tell. First step is obviously seeing how well this works. So, in part, what I'm doing is recording this and then going to see if the playback is funky at all. If anybody's watching, just let me know if you see it, if it's skipping or anything like that, or if it's buffering or anything bad like that. Um, if you didn't see that tree that I cut down, we almost lost the room I'm in. the, uh, the rope snapped, which was it was a dummy move on my part. I should have just made sure I used all chains. So we were pulling the tree because it was leaning towards the building, and as I was pulling it away with the truck down the road, the carabiner snapped, which it shouldn't have, but it did. Uh, and it sent the tree backwards into the building, and I didn't know what was going on, but uh, it almost came back into the building, but it didn't. So we got lucky there. It already had the relief cut in and everything, so very easily could have just went right backwards and into this building. Uh, there's going to be a lot of things I like to do with this streaming and whatever. Uh, it's just going to take time for me to figure it out. Um, I think I should be back on a regular schedule now as far as working during the day. I was doing night shifts for a while, so um, I guess we'll just see how it goes. I'll be able to probably schedule things better. I had been doing night shift rewiring a Walmart for 16 weeks. And then before that, I was at a powerhouse on the night shift. So I'm taking this week and hopefully I can like reboot, reset. And then the same night I got laid off from this company, the following morning I got a call from the power company I used to work for, and they would like for me to come back and start next week. So that was a big blessing, and I'm glad that it's working out that way. I got to go pick up the van and everything on Monday. That should help to free me up, to be able to try and keep doing things like this. Uh, I'm just kind of rambling right now because I'm trying to buy time to burn through to see how long it takes if it does start buffering. Um, Whether you watch this now or watch it later, whatever, in the comments, just uh, let me know if it's not coming through properly. From what I can tell right now, it seems like it's working okay, but it's hard to tell. Um, for whatever it's worth, we up here, everything is off grid completely. The power that I'm using all this on is completely solar. Um, the internet is Starlink. We burn wood for heat, and there's rainwater collection. So this, I have another house. That's the house we stay in. This is just the building on the property, and it's actually kind of cool to think back on the idea that like there was nothing here at all whenever I bought the place, and I built all this with a little bit of help and not a lot of money. Uh, so the whole idea for the YouTube channel was to document the process because my kids are young. So we'll be able to. I do it now where I go back and reflect. You know, just remembering how much we actually did in a short time. Um, I'm going to try to keep this around 10 minutes or so, especially if no one shows up or anything like that, just so I can see what this actually looks like in the playback. Um, Anybody has any questions, any comments, anything like that at all, just let me know. I realize it's the time of the day where not a lot of people are going to be able to sit down and watch YouTube right now. Most people are probably getting close to getting off of work. But I have to keep doing these streams to keep testing the process to see how it actually works. Pressure test, as they say. So a few more minutes, we'll see what happens. What else? Well, got a lot of rain over the last couple of days, not so much as um, North Carolina did. I hope them people are okay. That's another thing I'd like to start talking about, which is why we might need to move this to, an uncensored platform. But those places all have weather modification happening on record from the government. They're trying to make it rain there, and then floods happen. Don't mess with nature. I mean, this should be evident. I mean, I don't know why anybody would think that it's a good idea to try to make it rain when Mother Nature doesn't want it to rain. It happened in India. It happened in India. Like I mean, even the Indian government said we tried to make it rain and they flooded everything. All the places where you're seeing all this flooding, look it up. There's 13 different states right now they're onboarding this uh, idea. I wish I could remember the name of the company. This is just off the cuff. If I could research it and do another stream if anybody's interested. But there was an actual company that was hired by 13 different states, and it's all of the states where you see all the flooding. That's where this is happening. So, for whatever it's worth, um, do some research for yourself because this is. I don't think it's natural. I don't think it's man-made, these disasters, and it's a damn shame because most people have no idea that it's happening. Um, we got about less than a minute for me to wrap this up. If this works well, I will do more of them. I'll sit down, I'll do a bullet point, and we'll talk about a bunch of different things. Um, Trying to manipulate nature out of its truest form is never going to be a good idea. Up here on my property, what I try to do is permaculture and make things secular. Like this will help that will help that, and you know, and let nature do what it's always done. So I think the farther away people stray from that idea that we are or should try to manipulate the weather, the worse things will get. All right, it's about 10 minutes in. I'm going to try to rewatch this and see how bad it got. You guys have a good day.